What is going on, everybody? I hope you are having a fantastic day. I just reached around 200 on Citadelle and more with a strategy from Sulky118. I'll put his channel linked in the description because he's the mastermind behind this strategy. But I wanted to make a quick video on it because the way that I was doing this strategy, I feel like anybody can get to round 200 with this. So I just wanted to go over some tips and tricks that I used in how I got to round 200 in about I would probably say like 5 or 6 hours. But yeah, it's a decently fast strategy. But yeah, let's get right into it. Before we do, I do have to show you a couple things for augments and loadout. You do want to make sure, as per Sulky's video, he has a long-range weapon on his loadout. In my game, I used the XM4 or whatever the new assault rifle is that came with Season 1. I used both of those for these strategies. They work very well. But right now I just have the sniper on because when I'm gathering gameplay, I want to level that up and get it dark matter. In the beginning of the game, I used Frenzied Guard for the early round strategy. My Frenzied Guard has the following augments on it: Frenzy Fire and Extension, and this will be used in the early round strategy. And then you also want to have augments on Aether Shroud. I have the Burst Dash and the Extension. The Extension's pretty important for later on in the strategy. It allows you to pick up a lot of salvage. Other than that, some perks that are really important: PhD Flopper. I love these two augments here just because it makes you a lot faster. Always use that. Jug, you can pretty much run whatever you want here, but I like reactive armor because it tells me when I should replate up. But you definitely want to have hardened plates on here because during the salvage gaining part of the strategy, you will be taking a decent amount of damage, so make sure you have hardened plates on. Other than that, on Voltrade, you definitely want to have Picky Eater on because it allows you to get more of the Casimir grenades, which are integral to the strategy. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. One thing I will say is on Elemental Pop, I recommend putting on Citrus Focus so that you're not getting other ammo mods to proc while you're trying to run the strategy. You really only want Cryo Freeze on one of your weapons because it's better against the vermin and parasites. In addition to that, I did just want to say, since you are going to be using Cryo Freeze, you're going to want slightly increased damage to frozen targets. That's fine. But then you're probably not going to want a major augment on because you don't really want it to proc because it'll slow down the strategy. You kind of just need it to kill the parasites and the vermin quicker, so I would refrain from using any major augments here. But other than that, you can run whatever you want. So let's hop into the gameplay now. Alright, and now that we're finally in the game, the first thing I always do is run over and turn the rampage inducer on. I just like the early rounds to go by a lot faster. If you don't feel comfortable with that, no worries, you don't have to do that at this time. But after that, I will probably stay in the first room for about the first 6 rounds, and right before leaving, I always pick up the GS45 so that I can turn it into the Mustang and Sally. This is integral to the early round strategy that we will be going over, so make sure you do that. Once you get in the castle, you want to go to the right of Juggernog and go through that door. This is the door that leads to where you acquire all 4 of the swords, and we're going to go through the Pack-a-Punch that way. Once you get to the Pack-a-Punch room, you want to do it as normal, kill the Doppelgast, get the Pack-a-Punch, and then do not open the door in that room because we are going to be camping in this room and the Quick Revive room for our early round strategy. Now that you have Pack-a-Punch and your Mustang and Sally, it is time to set up a couple things throughout your run. First, you do not want to talk to Craft. This will start the Easter egg steps, and this can mess up your traps to make some of them shorter. If you get unlucky like I have in the past, you will have the 2 traps that we're trying to use be really short, and it won't let you do the early round strategy. So definitely do not talk to Craft there. Other than that, at the minimum, you should pick up 4 stamps and go put them on the statues to get the unupgraded swords. This can be all you want to do if you are planning to do this run all in one day. But if you are planning on saving and quitting, I would upgrade all of the swords if you do know how to do that, because one issue I ran into with my round 200 run is that every time I save and quit, even though I have all of the unupgraded swords unlocked, I still get the helmet zombies, and they are the most obnoxious part of this strategy if you do not get rid of them. So if you're planning on saving and quitting, I would definitely upgrade the swords to see if that fixes that issue. Now at the minimum, we at least have all 4 of the unupgraded swords. We are almost ready to get into the early round strategy. Prior to that, I would recommend getting around 25 so that you can at least get PhD Flopper to make the early round strategy much safer. And also I would get a Gersh device from the table. You do not have to worry about salvage with this strategy, so definitely do that first. Now that we have everything we need, we will go down to the Pack-a-Punch room, the same room I told you to keep the door closed earlier in the video. And this is where a majority of this strategy will be going down. One thing I do want to point out is at this point you will probably not have your Mustang and Sally fully upgraded and upgraded its rarity as well. So you want to continue doing that before you even focus on upgrading your long range weapon, which you're going to be using later on in the strategy. But to do this part, all you have to do is go to the point of power trap in the Pack-a-Punch room and just basically go in a circle, run around and just shoot Mustang and Sally at the other side. This will kill all the zombies running in that way. If you ever get low on plates, just plate up. It only takes a second. You shouldn't be in too much danger there. And 1 point of power trap should get you through an entire round, even without Rampage Inducer. Once you use the trap in the Pack-a-Punch room, you're going to want to run to Quick Revive room, do the exact same thing. Once that round is over, you will have a little lull period where you won't have a trap available, so make sure to use Gersh devices, make sure to use your Frenzied Guard, or if you had a Mutant Injection drop, you could use that in the round where you don't have a trap. Just make sure not to do what I did in this gameplay, where I almost got killed from the Gersh device not going off. Now, the whole point of doing this early round strategy is not only that it's fast, but it's also getting you a lot of salvage and points at a relatively easy pace. So once you have enough points to fully upgrade your rarity and Pack-a-Punch tier 3 on your long range weapon, this is when you can start the new strategy. To do that, you're first going to want to get Cryo Freeze on your long range weapon, as well as switch your field upgrade to Aether Shroud, because I use that to pick up a lot of the salvage whenever I need to. Now that we are all set up, we are about to start potentially the easiest strategy I've ever seen in a Call of Duty Zombies game. This will be going down to start at the left-hand trap after you walk out of the castle at the gate. Before you start the round, I highly recommend putting on the Rampage Inducer, because some of the spawns are pretty far away. And when you're on a lower round like round 40 here, the trap may not completely end the round unless you have the Rampage Inducer on. So definitely recommend that. But once you put that on, all you have to do is start the trap and throw a Molotov right where the stairs meet the flat surface, and then you just sit in the right corner that I'm sitting in. Pretty much all you have to worry about here are the parasites, and when there's no parasites to kill, I would just kill the vermin, because they take a lot longer to get to the trap. If you are on a higher round, like I used this strategy until I got to round 150 to accumulate a lot of salvage, just throw a Gersh device. Usually they will get dropped from the zombies that run into the trap, or you could just use your field upgrade, make sure to grab all the salvage, because that's the reason you're doing this strategy in the first place, and then you can just run right to the next trap. When you get to the second trap on the other side of the castle, you want to turn it on, throw a Molotov around where the stairs meet the flat surface again, and you want to jump up on this ledge exactly where I'm showing you in the gameplay right now. I find it easiest to grapple onto this ledge if you are not looking directly at the wall. So put your camera parallel to where you want to jump on the wall, and your character will just hop right on top of it, and then you just push yourself right back against the wall as far as possible. This side I tend to stay away from as much as I can. If the other trap is up, I'll stay there, because the doppelgas that run into the fire on this one, they will explode and they will do damage to you. So this side, you have to manage your armor plates a lot better. Don't just armor up right whenever you get hit, because you want to make sure you're making the most out of your armor plates as much as you possibly can. But when that trap is done, if it doesn't get you through the round, like you're on a higher round, again, just use a Gersh device or use your field upgrade, get all the salvage, run back over to the other trap, and by that time that trap will be up, and you can just keep doing this over and over for as long as you want. The last thing I would like to go over before jumping into the high round strategy is how exactly I did vermin rounds here. I actually did it the exact same way that I do the vermin rounds on the high round strat. I go down to the high round strat area, which is right underneath where the Wonder Fizz is, downstairs where you get the Raven Sword, and I just camp in this room. One thing that I found that made it a little bit easier, because when you get to the higher rounds, these rounds can get a little hectic, is to throw a Molotov near the stairs so that it lights all those vermin that are coming down on fire and slows that down a little bit there. But you really just want to spam your Mustang and Sally wherever they are. You can use Gersh devices here if you have trouble getting through these rounds, because they are only 500 salvage, so it's not too bad to buy them from the bench. But after that, whenever you run out of ammo, just run up, grab ammo from the ammo chest in the spawn room, and then you can run right back down and keep doing what you're doing there. One last point I just wanted to make about this strategy is the trap's damage actually scales with whatever gun you have in your hand. So whenever the trap is on and killing zombies, just make sure that you have a legendary rarity tier 3 pack punch gun, because then it will one-shot every zombie, special zombie, or even amalgam in the game. So if your trap isn't doing as much damage, just make sure that you have a legendary rarity triple packed weapon in your hand. Now that we are at the high round strategy, we are at the kill streak spamming portion, which I'm sure everybody saw coming. This is obviously centered around the mutant injection, but I like to start off the round by throwing a Gersh device in front of this window and spamming Mustang and Sally. Any kills that you get on doppelgasts or zombies will have a chance to drop another mutant injection or a Gersh device, which is probably more important. I like to keep at least one Gersh device in my inventory at a time, because I feel like I am more likely to get a Gersh drop if I still have one in there. So once the Gersh is gone, you call your mutant injection in. You're gonna melee the zombies when they pile up on you. You're gonna stand right in front of this set of stairs. Then you're going to look right, use your mangler cannon up the stairs to kill any zombies that are stuck there. Look back down, swing a couple melees, and then you're going to look to the left where the other stairs are near the portal, and you're going to shoot your other mangler cannon there to kill any spawns over there. You're going to melee, and then you're going to go right again, melee, go left, and just repeat that until your mutant injection is done. On the higher rounds, you will need 2 mutant injections to go through a round. But once your injection is done, you can run straight over to the bench, pick one up, and go right back in it if you need to. If you are on a lower round, you could use a Gersh device potentially if one dropped on the floor, or just use a mutant injection again. This is the salvage burning part of the strategy, so you will be going through salvage a lot quicker at this point, but it is very fast and it is very easy. Yeah, and that is pretty much all I have to say about this strategy. The main reason I wanted to make this video is because I'm somebody that, when playing this map, I did not really enjoy the Sigma strategy that was being run with the point of power traps. I did not find that very engaging, and albeit the trap strategy that we're using in this isn't that engaging either, but I do find it safer, even though it might be a little bit slower. And I don't know, I just find it more fun for some reason, so I wanted to get this out there, get some people that didn't know about it, get them to know about it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it did help you out, let me know in the comment section below. I currently have a round 201 game that I'm playing on Citadelle that I will be streaming here. So if you want to see more high round gameplay like that, or you have questions, just hop in the chat. I will be streaming on YouTube and my Twitch, which are both in the description below. Other than that, I hope you guys, or anybody that's watching this video, has a great rest of your night, and peace out.